First of all, good morning and congratulations, Nicholas, on your achieving your PhD. It's a it's a landmark academic achievement, and we're very, very happy for you. So, just sort of maybe if you could just give us a brief background on your ministry that you're currently serving in, if you don't mind.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, basically I'm a pastor.
Right.
For a church of about 600 people, the Church of Pentecost in Ghana.
In Ghana, okay.
And at the same time, I work as the finance and administration director of the church.
Of the same church, okay.
Yeah, so I combined, the field work with administrative work. Okay. And I've been in that administrative work and I'm a pastor for the last 18 years.
18 years, okay.
So basically, I preach the word, I disciple people, and at the same time, I grow people to do effective church administration.
Right.
And finance in particular.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
That's a very interesting ministry. A
Yeah.
lot of people wouldn't consider that.
Yeah, basically, originally, I qualified as an accountant for joining the church employment, and I was ordained. And this has taken me through a whole lot of ministry issues, and I had to combine it.
Okay. So it makes sense because I hope I don't mess up your. I read your abstract and it says that it's you were looking at fundraising for churches, specifically missions.
Financing mission, funding.
Missions. Was there a particular reason why you chose that particular?
Yeah, I chose that because as an administrator of a church which has missions in about 100 countries, and most of which are in Africa, I've experienced the challenges of an African church financing African mission, which is more or less a new thing because the shift of, Christianity is now in Africa. Yeah. So mission becomes a huge thing, what I call Africa to Africa missions. So I saw that there are gaps in terms of funding because of issues like poverty and the rest. So we need a new model to go about it, and that prompted me, and I still have to work on that.
Okay, that's great. So still on the subject of your dissertation, how was your experience at SATS going through the dissertation? Maybe you can briefly explain the whole process.
Yeah, when I started, I would say in the first place, getting a very helpful supervisor, the person of Dr. Vincent Atterbury, who was giving me feedback at the right time. And so it helped me to focus. And every time I was on course. But the issue was that with the type of topic I chose, it was as if I was not going to get material. Because of combining theology with church financing and the rest. But then as I went on and I look at other missions materials, I'll be able to pick here and there. Initially, it was not easy. It was difficult, but as I went on and I prayed through, I began to understand the issues. And especially when it came to the field work, it was difficult for me because I have to look at about 20 countries in Africa. Right. And how do I travel all around these 20 countries was another issue. So I had a way of training some people who were traveling around to collect data. Okay. Then I wait in Ghana when our church leaders from other African countries come. I conduct focus group discussion. And on the whole, the dissertation was very helpful. And at some point, what I do in the dissertation, what I read from the books, I practice it in my church. Okay. And so it was like combining practical. So it made the distant learning very helpful for me.
Oh, great. So essentially, I was going to ask the impact of your ministry, but you've already answered that.
Yeah.
And I was going to also finally ask on, I'm sure there are institutions in Ghana that are just as reputable as SATS or anywhere else in the world. Was there any specific reason why you chose South African Theological Seminary to learn, to do your PhD? Sorry.
Yeah, there are institutions in Ghana, but then one thing that motivated me to study in SAT was the evangelical orientation, and especially the philosophy of being Bible-based, Christ-centered, and Spirit-led.
Okay.
Because as a typical Pentecostal, I was shy of theology.
That's true, yeah.
So I was shy of theology because I didn't want to get into liberal theology.
Okay.
So I found that when a friend introduced to me, I found it very, very helpful, and I thought that would be a good school for me. And when I came to SAT, I realized that it was.
Yeah, that's a common saying that the previous speaker was saying.
Yeah.
Theology might stifle. I would love to ask you plenty more questions.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we only have about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
If
thank you.
Students want to come in, but thank you very much for
Thank you also,
participating, and
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.